Have you ever wondered why your legs feel weaker, even though you eat healthy, walk often, and try to stay active? You look at your plate full of fruits and think you're doing everything right. But what if I told you that some of those fruits, the ones you've trusted for years, are quietly draining the strength from your legs? I'm Dr. James, and today we're uncovering a truth most people never hear, especially after 60. Some fruits are helpful, but others can cause inflammation, poor circulation, and muscle weakness without you even realizing it. In this video, I'll walk you through 7 common fruits that may be silently damaging your leg strength, and more importantly, what to eat instead to feel steady, light, and strong again. And if you stay until the end, I'll share one unexpected fruit swap that could bring back circulation in just a few days. Before we begin, I would appreciate it if you like this video. You can help me continue to spread the positive energy. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like this video, please comment number 1. If you don't like it, comment number 0 to let me know so I can make a better video for you. Now let's get started. Fruit number 1. Pineapple is one of the most beloved tropical fruits in the world. Juicy, sweet, and vibrant, it's packed with vitamin C, manganese, and the powerful enzyme bromelain, which is known to aid digestion and reduce inflammation. For younger adults or those with fast metabolism, pineapple can offer immune support, improve nutrient absorption, and even help ease post-exercise soreness. Many people see it as a healing fruit, bright on the tongue and cheerful on the plate. But after the age of 60, the very qualities that make pineapple seem healthy can quietly turn into hidden risks. For starters, bromelain is a proteolytic enzyme, which means it breaks down protein. While this may aid digestion, it can also irritate the stomach lining in older adults whose gastric mucosa has thinned with age. That leads to acid sensitivity, reflux, and discomfort. More importantly, pineapple is high in natural sugars, especially fructose and sucrose. 1 cup can contain over 16 grams of sugar, and because it tastes light, it's easy to overeat. Those sugars cause rapid spikes in blood glucose and insulin, which increase systemic inflammation and damage tiny blood vessels, especially in the legs, ankles, and feet. Over time, this disrupts circulation and contributes to the very symptoms many seniors already face: swelling pain, numbness, and muscle fatigue. The other concern is citric acid. While not harmful in small doses, it can exacerbate joint irritation in people with arthritis or gout. The acid doesn't just affect digestion. It seeps into the connective tissues, worsening pain in the knees, hips, or calves, especially when combined with sugar. So, what are the signs that pineapple may be working against you after 60? One of the most common is swelling in the ankles or feet, especially after meals. You may also feel a burning sensation in your calves during rest, or notice that your legs feel full or heavy after eating pineapple regularly. Some patients describe this as a kind of internal tightness, not from walking, but from sitting still. One patient of mine, Mr. Raymond, age 75, loved pineapple. He added it to smoothies, salads, and even grilled it for dinner. It was his go-to healthy fruit. But over time, he noticed increasing leg fatigue and foot pain. He thought it was just old age. When we reviewed his diet, I gently asked him to pause pineapple for 3 weeks and replace it with berries and melon. 10 days later, he returned and said something I'll never forget. "I didn't know food could make my legs feel this heavy until it stopped." Here's what I believe. Pineapple is not your enemy. It's a beautiful fruit, but one that your body may no longer process like it once did. After 60, the question isn't, "Is this fruit healthy?" but "Is this fruit healthy for me now?" You're not broken, you're adapting, and when you listen to your legs, your joints, your energy, you start to hear a different truth. Your body doesn't need more rules. It needs more attention. Eat what brings clarity, not confusion, strength, not spikes. And remember, food is not just fuel. It's a relationship, one that can still nourish you beautifully when chosen with care. Fruit number 2, Bananas are often seen as the perfect fruit. Soft, convenient, and packed with potassium. They're easy to digest, full of fiber, and a reliable source of vitamin B6 and magnesium. For younger adults or athletes, bananas help prevent cramps, improve muscle function, and offer a quick energy boost without processed sugar. They're often recommended as a post-workout snack or a gentle option for those with an upset stomach. But for adults over 60, especially those dealing with metabolic changes or circulation issues, bananas can quietly cause more harm than good. While potassium is essential, bananas are also very high in natural sugar, particularly glucose and fructose. A single medium banana contains around 14 grams of sugar and causes a rapid spike in insulin levels. In older adults, this spike is harder to regulate, which can lead to insulin resistance, fluid retention, and even weight gain around the belly and legs. Even more concerning, bananas contain resistant starches that ferment in the gut. This fermentation can be helpful for younger digestive systems, but in older adults with slower metabolism, it may cause bloating discomfort and even increase systemic inflammation. Over time, this internal inflammation settles into vulnerable areas, often the legs and lower joints, causing heaviness, soreness, and stiffness. You might think you're doing something right by eating a banana every morning, but your legs might be saying otherwise. So how do you know if bananas are quietly working against you? Common signs include morning puffiness in your feet or ankles, a tight, heavy sensation in your thighs, or increased cramping during rest. You might also notice increased stiffness when rising from a chair or a more sluggish walk after breakfast. These symptoms are often dismissed as just aging, but they may actually be a response to poor glycemic control and food-based inflammation. One of my patients, Maria, was 78. She loved bananas and ate one every single morning, believing it helped with her heart health. But she came to me complaining of chronic swelling in her legs and persistent fatigue. I reviewed her diet and noticed her daily banana habit. She was surprised when I recommended cutting it for 2 weeks and replacing it with a small serving of papaya or pear. Just 10 days later, she called and said, "Doctor, my legs feel lighter and my morning walk is easier." It wasn't magic, just better alignment between her food and her body's needs. Here's what I believe. Bananas aren't bad, they're just not neutral. What once gave you energy might now be stealing it quietly behind the curtain. After 60, every bite matters a little more. Every choice should bring you closer to strength, not just satisfaction. In my view, eating smart after 60 isn't about restriction, it's about recognition. You're not giving up bananas. You're giving your legs a better chance to carry you where you still want to go. Fruit number 3. Grapes. Grapes are one of nature's most tempting snacks. Bite-sized, hydrating, and naturally sweet. They're packed with antioxidants like resveratrol, which has been shown to support heart health and reduce cellular aging. Grapes are also rich in vitamin C and K, and they're often praised for their ability to lower blood pressure and improve blood vessel function. That's why they're frequently recommended for heart-conscious diets and senior-friendly snack options. But here's what many don't realize. Grapes contain one of the highest concentrations of natural sugars among fruits, especially red and green seedless varieties. These sugars, mostly fructose, absorb rapidly into the bloodstream and can spike blood sugar even faster than candy for some seniors. When this happens repeatedly, it triggers insulin resistance, which fuels inflammation and weakens the blood vessels that nourish your legs and muscles. Additionally, grapes are known to increase uric acid levels when consumed in excess. This can lead to joint pain and swelling, especially in older adults who already have borderline kidney function or slow metabolism. Over time, the excess sugar and uric acid can contribute to gout-like symptoms, poor circulation, and leg fatigue. Even worse, grapes are easy to overeat. One small bowl can contain over 30 grams of sugar, often consumed without realizing it. So how do you know grapes may be affecting your legs? The warning signs are often subtle at first. You may notice burning sensations in the feet at night, sudden joint stiffness, or a sense of tightness in the calves after sitting. You might also feel like your legs are heavy even after a good night's rest. These are signs of low-grade inflammation and blood sugar fluctuation. And grapes could be playing a hidden role. One of my patients, Harold, 81 years old, loved grapes. He kept them in the fridge and snacked on them throughout the day, believing they were keeping him healthy. But he began experiencing unexplained aching in his knees and tightness in his lower legs, especially in the mornings. We adjusted his routine, replacing grapes with a few slices of avocado and low-sugar berries like blueberries. Within 2 weeks, he said his legs felt lighter and more stable when walking. Here's what I believe. Grapes are a gift. But not every gift is meant to be opened in every season of life. After 60, your body becomes less forgiving of sugar spikes and inflammatory triggers, even natural ones. That doesn't mean you have to fear fruit. It means you listen more closely to how it makes you feel. In my opinion, wisdom isn't about eating perfectly. It's about eating with intention. Choose fruits that support your circulation, not sabotage it, because your legs carry the story of your strength, and they deserve to be nourished with care. Fruit number 4, watermelon. Watermelon is one of the most refreshing fruits nature has to offer. It's over 90% water, low in calories, and packed with vitamin C, lycopene, and potassium. Lycopene in particular is a powerful antioxidant linked to heart health, improved skin elasticity, and even lower cancer risk. On hot days, watermelon helps hydrate the body, replace lost fluids, and offers a juicy sweet flavor that many seniors enjoy with nostalgia and pleasure. But here's the hidden truth. Watermelon may be hydrating, but it's also one of the fruits with the highest glycemic index. That means it causes rapid spikes in blood sugar, especially when eaten alone or in large quantities. For older adults whose insulin sensitivity is already lower, those spikes can trigger fatigue, inflammation, and stress on blood vessels, particularly the ones in your lower limbs. Watermelon is also loaded with natural fructose, and because it's so light and easy to eat, it's easy to consume too much too quickly. That combination of high sugar and fast digestion leads to sudden rises and crashes in energy and circulation. When that happens repeatedly over weeks or months, it begins to wear down the body's rhythm. Blood vessels stiffen, the legs swell, and nerve sensitivity increases, especially if you tend to eat watermelon at night or with other high-sugar meals. So what does this look like in real life? The signs may start as mild swelling in the feet after meals or a flushed, tight feeling in your lower legs. You might notice that you feel tired after lunch if watermelon was part of it, or that your legs ache during long walks, even if you've been resting well at night. These symptoms are often dismissed as dehydration or heat, but they're often related to blood sugar fluctuation and microinflammation. One of my patients, Mrs. Louise, was 76. She loved watermelon in summer and proudly said she could eat half a melon in one sitting. She believed it helped her stay cool and hydrated, but over time she began noticing tightness in her calves and a kind of rushing heartbeat. After meals, we reviewed her diet and reduced her watermelon intake, replacing it with sliced cucumbers and papaya. Within 2 weeks, her swelling subsided, and she said her legs felt cooler, calmer, and more stable. Here's what I believe. Watermelon is a gift of nature, but even gifts must be opened with care in older age. After 60, your body asks for steadiness, not sugar spikes, for cooling, not crashing. I don't believe in banning fruit, but I believe in timing portion and attention. Eat for energy, not just emotion. If your legs feel heavy after a sweet snack, it may be your body whispering for balance. Give your body that respect, and it will reward you with strength. Fruit number 5. Oranges have long been a symbol of health. Bright, vibrant, and packed with vitamin C, they're often the first fruit we turn to when we think about supporting immunity and staying energized. Beyond that, oranges also offer folate, fiber, potassium, and antioxidants that help reduce oxidative stress. They're known to lower blood pressure, reduce inflammation in young, healthy individuals, and improve skin texture through collagen support. For many older adults, oranges are a daily ritual, a slice of brightness that feels refreshing and familiar. But beneath that citrus glow lies a hidden problem. Especially for people over 60, oranges are highly acidic, and that citric acid content can cause issues for seniors with slower digestion, acid reflux, or joint inflammation. The acid doesn't just affect the stomach, it can also irritate soft tissues, including joints that are already inflamed from arthritis or poor circulation. Even more, oranges are surprisingly high in sugar, especially when consumed as juice. A medium orange contains around 12 grams of sugar, and orange juice often concentrates that into a small glass. This can trigger glucose spikes, especially when consumed on an empty stomach in the morning or alongside carbohydrate-rich meals. For older adults whose insulin sensitivity is lower, this can cause blood sugar, crashes fatigue, and increased systemic inflammation, especially in the legs where circulation slows down first. So how do you know if oranges are silently affecting your legs? You may feel a tingling or throbbing in the knees or ankles after meals. Sometimes the calves feel tight after walking, or you notice stiffness in your feet when you first wake up. Some patients even describe it as a low-grade heat in the joints, not from external weather, but from inside the body. These are all signs of inflammation and acid buildup. One of my patients, Mr. Carlos, age 80, came to me with persistent stiffness in his ankles, despite no visible swelling or arthritis diagnosis. He mentioned drinking a glass of orange juice every morning for over 20 years, believing it was his daily dose of health. We replaced his juice with warm lemon water and added low-acid fruits like blueberries and pear slices to his breakfast. After 2 weeks, he called and said, "I'm not waking up sore anymore, and my morning walk doesn't feel like a chore." Here's what I believe. Oranges aren't the enemy, but like all good things, they come with conditions. After 60, your body changes the way it reacts to acid, sugar, and inflammation. A fruit that once gave you energy may now be asking for rest. In my view, aging isn't about restriction, it's about recalibration. Pay attention to how food makes you feel, not just how it looks on paper. If your legs are stiff and sore, maybe your fruit bowl needs a little adjustment. And that's not loss. That's wisdom in motion. Fruit number 6. Green apples have long been praised as a symbol of freshness and nutrition. They're low in calories, high in fiber, and packed with vitamin C, potassium, and polyphenols that support immune function and digestion. Compared to red apples, green apples typically have fewer sugars and a more tart flavor, making them a favorite among those watching their weight or blood sugar. Many older adults turn to green apples as a safe fruit, a daily habit they believe supports gut health and keeps the doctor away. But beneath their crisp skin, green apples contain a high concentration of malic acid. That tartness you taste? That's not just flavor. It's a strong organic acid. While this acid supports detoxification and can even help with skin tone in small amounts, for people over 60, especially those with digestive issues or low stomach acid, it can irritate the gut lining and contribute to chronic acid buildup in the body. Even more concerning is how green apples interact with certain joint and nerve conditions. As malic acid accumulates and combines with other metabolic byproducts, it can worsen muscle tenderness, leg stiffness, or nerve sensitivity. This is particularly true for people with fibromyalgia, arthritis, or poor circulation. When consumed frequently, green apples may quietly contribute to leg discomfort, especially if the body's detox systems aren't working as efficiently due to age. So how do you know if green apples are subtly affecting your legs? One early sign is a dull aching in the hips or calves after meals. Some people notice they feel more tense or less flexible in their lower body after eating acidic fruits. You might also experience light cramps or foot tingling during the night, or a tightness in the Achilles tendon after short walks. These are subtle but meaningful signals that your body is asking for balance. I remember working with Miss Evelyn, 75 years old, who had a very clean diet. She ate 1 green apple every morning with her oatmeal and proudly avoided sweets. But she began noticing stiffness in her legs and occasional nighttime foot pain. When we reviewed her meals, I asked her to switch from green apples to papaya and berries, fruits with anti-inflammatory benefits and lower acid content. Within 10 days, her leg stiffness noticeably reduced, and she said, "I wake up feeling smoother." Here's what I believe. Green apples are not bad, they're just misunderstood. As we age, our bodies process acid, sugar, and fiber differently. What worked at 40 might need an upgrade at 70. This isn't about cutting things out. It's about tuning in. If a food leaves your body feeling tense or tired, it's not your fault, and it's not failure. It's just feedback. You deserve to eat in a way that supports ease, not effort. Choose what brings lightness, not just habit, because even one small change in your morning fruit can create a ripple of relief through your entire body. Fruit number 7. Mango, the king of fruits, is loved around the world. For good reason. It's juicy, vibrant, and packed with flavor, but it's also rich in vitamin C, vitamin A, fiber, and antioxidants like mangiferin, which help protect cells from oxidative stress and boost immune function. In many cultures, mango is viewed as a healing fruit, promoting digestion and energy. Mango smoothies are popular breakfast choices, and dried mango is a common snack for people of all ages. But here's what most seniors don't know. Mango is also one of the highest sugar fruits on the planet. A single medium-sized mango can contain up to 45 grams of natural sugar, more than a can of soda. While it's not refined sugar, it still hits the bloodstream quickly, causing sharp insulin spikes and increased inflammation. This becomes a major concern for people over 60 whose insulin sensitivity is already declining. When insulin surges frequently, the body reacts by storing more fat and fluid, often around the midsection and in the lower limbs. Excess sugar also promotes glycation, which stiffens the blood vessels and muscles over time, and because mango is soft and sweet, it's incredibly easy to overeat without realizing how much sugar is being consumed. For older adults, this often translates into leg heaviness, joint stiffness, and faster muscular fatigue, especially during summer when mangoes are eaten more often. So what are the signs your body is reacting poorly to mangoes? You might notice a burning or swollen feeling in your knees or ankles after eating. You may also feel sluggish or sleepy after meals that include mango, or wake up with tightness in your calves despite getting good rest. These are subtle signs that your circulation and inflammation levels are being taxed. I remember Mr. Daniel, 73, who told me mango was his happy fruit. He ate it daily, thinking it was a safer dessert than cookies or pastries, but he began experiencing soreness in his lower back and legs. He assumed it was aging or walking too much. We made one small change, replaced mango with low glycemic fruits like kiwi and cherries. After just 10 days, his leg pain subsided, and he said he felt less weighed down in both body and mind. Here's what I believe: mango is not the villain. It's just not a free fruit for everyone. After 60, your body is doing its best to protect you from excess load, whether it's sugar, acid, or inflammation. That doesn't mean you have to ban mango forever. It means you treat it like a treat. Not a staple, I believe. Food should bring joy, not fatigue. If something makes your legs feel slower or your walks more tiring, it might not be worth it. Choose fruits that make you feel light, steady, and clear, because the goal isn't just to eat what's healthy, it's to eat what helps you keep moving forward. Thank you for staying with me today. We've uncovered 7 fruits that seem harmless, but may be silently weakening your legs and stealing your energy after 60. This isn't about fear or restriction. It's about awareness and choosing what truly serves your body now, not what worked 20 years ago. Which of these fruits surprised you the most? Which one will you try replacing this week? Leave a comment and share your answer. You never know who you might encourage with your story. If you found this video helpful, please like it and share it with someone you care about. And if you haven't already, subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss the next step in your journey to stronger, healthier aging. You can help me continue to spread the positive energy. And always remember this: your body is not betraying you. It's just asking you to listen with a little more kindness. See you in the next video.